Hey guys, Anthony here, and welcome to the third episode of Six Cylinders of Stupid, the show where you sit with us for 20 minutes as we talk about whatever we want. Thank you for giving us some of your time. It will not be well spent. I'd be lying if I said it would be. But anyway, today we are both in Ferraris, or I think actually the first time on the channel, which is cool.
The first time it was a Senna
No,
and SLS,
yeah,
or not SLS.
yeah, SLS.
Oh, SLS, and
Second time it was a Volkswagen station wagon. Wait, not Volkswagen station, a Volvo station wagon, sorry, and a Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera. And today we have a 2019 Ferrari 488 Pista and a 1966 Ferrari P4, the car that did not win Le Mans. But anyway, I guess we can start driving. Alright, so I guess you want to start with talking about your car?
Sure. This is a 2019 Ferrari Pista Pasta, and it drive.
Nice. Honestly, that car kind of a vibe, not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I really like this
I'm
car.
kind of mad that you take. I'm probably gonna take mine anyway because it's
Oh no!
special to say the
No!
least.
No! Oh no! I'm just.
So that everyone doesn't get too much Ferrari 488 Pista in a couple of weeks. I'll probably hold it off until maybe next season.
That's valid.
of
Should
the
I take
show.
my FXXK
GTR?
or GTR?
Oh yeah.
We have to take those
That
on the
would
same
honestly
day,
be a
though.
vibe. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I guess I can talk about mine. There's a. Oh jeez, what the heck? This
Yeah.
guy's trying to murder me in my $10 million Ferrari race car.
Yeah, you weren't the only one that almost hit him.
Basically, this was made in 1966 to compete in Le Mans, and unfortunately, Ford came out with the GT40 and destroyed them. So this is kind of a bro moment of a car, not gonna lie.
Very bruh.
Yeah, so very cool. And I guess speaking of racing, we can talk about this week in which a race did happen.
At
At
Sochi,
the wonderful
everyone's
Sochi
favorite.
Autodrome. Amazing
Yeah.
track. And Lewis Hamilton, the man, the myth, the legend, the hypocrite himself, did not win.
Indeed.
For the sole reason that he had two 5-second penalties
Oh,
for doing a
about
practice
this.
start on the wrong part of the track.
Basically, I was on Twitter and I was looking at someone's tweet and they were like, yeah, and they were fucking a diehard Lewis fan, and it was like, someone at the FIA has it out for Lewis, but they will not be able to stop his greatness or something along those lines.
Bruh.
That cracked me up when I read that.
I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from the fact that he's an amazing driver, because he really is. I mean, that's the reason why he's always winning.
Yeah.
But, like, my main problem with him is, like, I mean, climate change, yeah, it's an issue. That's a fact. But the thing is, Lewis is always talking about, like, being his big supporter of, like, fixing the world through, like, environmental things. Like, despite the fact that he is a Formula 1 driver,
Yeah.
he drives gas-powered cars.
Yeah, what car does he
basically
drive?
many times a week. Actually, I'm pretty sure a bunch of his cars are electric now, but he still does have some gas cars.
Oh, at least if Nico Rosberg says it, he can actually back it up with his electric car love.
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, he is getting a Project
yeah.
1, which is a hybrid, but he
Yeah.
got a
Right now he has a
Concept
Rimac.
too,
Yeah.
which is a cool car.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a bro moment because he literally got two 5-second penalties for a practice start on the wrong part of the track, which is
Yeah,
basically
didn't he
just
do it on
FIA
pit exit?
Yeah, I think so. Basically, it's the FIA's way of saying, we don't want you to break Schumi's Grand Prix win record. Because if
Yeah.
he had won this race, he would have broken the record for most Grand Prix won. I think it was like 90 or 91. But yeah, I guess at the Nürburgring, the FIA might try to do the same thing. But also another thing that's been happening is, because of the penalties he's been getting over the season, he's only a couple of penalty points away from getting a race ban for the season.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
That would be very interesting. It would be really unfair because, like, they're literally just giving him BS penalties, but
Yeah. Is
it
Germany
would be very
next week,
interesting.
or is it?
That's in 2 weeks.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah.
The FIA has it out for us. They want to fuck all of our talking points over.
Honestly, it kind of valid, even though we didn't start the show until midway through the season.
Yeah, look, we don't talk about that. Are we gonna talk about Carlos Sainz's amazing play first lap?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, him and Lance. Was Lance out on first lap?
I
Honestly,
honestly
what
don't
cracks
know.
me up about Lance's crash, is Sergio, his teammate, who they're dropping, got 4th place.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
I love how we've gone
if
from saying
Lawrence
Stroll
wasn't
doesn't.
the owner.
I love how we've gone from saying that Stroll doesn't deserve to be clowned as a paid driver in the first episode, and now this in the third.
Yeah, honestly, like I don't think they regret their decision for the sole reason that Lawrence Stroll is literally the team
Money.
owner. But yeah, I think if the owner was anyone else, they would maybe wish that they had not made that decision.
I think Stroll and Perez are somewhat on the same level.
Except for when Stroll just does a big dumb.
Yeah, nah, there's times where Stroll can
Besides,
do a stupid.
Sergio's been at Racing Point for way longer than
Yeah.
Lance.
Do we already know what which F2 drivers are taking which F1 seats for next year?
I would like to see Mick Schumacher.
Yeah, no, in the same comment section as the guy who was complaining about the FIA, there's a guy speculating that I think they thought Mick was going to end up going to Alpha.
Yeah, Mick's actually doing a test, they're actually, Alpha's letting, Mick test drive, one of the F1 cars during, I think, one of the FP sessions this week.
Alfa Romeo, not Alpha Tauri, right?
Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
Because he's already with Ferrari.
Yeah.
F2. Obviously his dad's basically the, like, widely recognized as the greatest driver in F1. And, like,
Lewis
that's
Hamilton
a cool thing.
be like, bruh.
That's a cool thing, but, like, Mick Schumacher in his own right is a really good driver. Like, he's
Yeah.
currently he's currently winning in F2 for the World Championship for F2, so.
Yeah. Where do you
Cool thing
think
to see.
Where do you think Formula E is gonna go?
I honestly don't know. I'd say, like, maybe 10, 15 years down the road, Formula 1 might become electric, and then Formula E just becomes completely useless.
That's fair. I think if Formula
Either that
E...
or Formula E becomes the flagship and F1 gets dropped, which would be really controversial, but
Yeah, the
could
part that
happen.
I don't
Just
like
because
about
everything's
Formula
going
E
electric.
is how damn claustrophobic their circuits are. Of course, they're bringing the racing to the fans,
yeah.
but I think that also kind of Of course, their cars are slower because they're all electric. Their
Yeah.
cars are obviously much slower than the F1 cars, so they can't really
I hate
afford
the
to have
noise
like
that their
giant.
cars make.
That's valid.
I hate the noise so much.
I wouldn't say for me I hate the noise as much as how the circuits are tiny.
I don't watch Formula E, so I don't really know much about that. I have seen clips of it and seen how horrendous the noise is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't.
I also don't follow Formula E, obviously. So I also don't know if they're racing on bigger circuits now, which I don't think they are, but from what I've seen, they're always racing on small street circuits, kind of like Monaco. And
Well, speaking of circuits, we were talking a couple days ago about circuits we'd like to see get added to the calendar in different places. Like, one that got brought up in a YouTube comment section was San Francisco with the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool, just I think they'd have to make the barriers on the Golden Gate so goddamn tall. Because
Yeah.
if a car ends up flipping over it, like...
That would not be a good time.
Yeah, the driver essentially dies.
Yeah.
Because, let's say some guy has, like, hold on.
Airborne
One guy has a
crash.
brake failure, the other guy gets spun out. Then the guy with the brake failure goes flying up across someone's.
Yeah.
The guy who just spun's nose goes right over the barrier. Boom, he's dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like,
yeah.
They'd have to make really tall barriers. Like, it would be cool if they could get it to work. Another thing,
Yeah.
another cool one would be Los Angeles, maybe, or New York.
Yeah,
Chicago, too.
I think LA would be really fun. They've done New York in the past. I know that. Don't remember shit about that though.
Yeah, Los Angeles would also be cool, or Chicago.
Yeah,
Big
LA would
cities
be
are
really
cool.
nice.
Because,
Yeah.
like, yeah, they have the American Grand Prix in Austin,
That
obviously.
guy just caused a multi-collision.
But I think that, like, America is such a big country with so many different, like, environments and places that they could afford to add a couple more. And we're not just saying that because we're both American, obviously, but
Yeah, I mean, they did like the American F1 stuff, but then after I think was it 2005 the American GP?
yeah.
That's when it kind of died when they had that entire tire issue.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see more races in America, and not just America, like, big countries.
Yeah,
too,
there's
have, like, different
there's
environments.
yeah.
But yeah, that would be really cool to see. More American races would be cool.
Yeah, they I think they should add more circuits. I think that'd make
Yeah.
it very fun.
Oh, what up? Oh yeah, Valtteri obviously winning the Russian Grand Prix, really good for him.
Big
But
cog.
what I'm more focusing on is he had quite the line that he said after he finished the race. So basically, for those of you who haven't seen the clip on YouTube, basically, as he goes across the line, he says, "To whom it may concern, fuck you." And honestly, like, after hearing him say that, like, he might be my favorite driver on the grid for the sole reason that he said that.
Yeah, he's referencing an old clip of him saying that. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's basically, I think it might have also been Sochi that he said it at. That's why he might have said it. And basically in a press conference after the race, he says, "No, I said to whomever it may concern, thank you."
Ah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what he's referencing.
either way, this time that's what he said.
Yeah.
Which is just the biggest middle finger to anyone that doesn't like him. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like, I just haven't been a fan of Mercedes' dominance, but after hearing him say that, I like him.
Yeah. Who are your favorite drivers on the grid right now?
I mean, Ferrari is doing absolutely terrible, but I like Charles Leclerc.
Leclerc.
Leclerc, yep, absolutely. Valtteri, after hearing him say that, because he just makes him seem like a cool guy. I like Max Verstappen. Like,
What is
I know that
wrong
in,
with you? There's no
in the
car
first
coming. Why would you stop? Are you stupid, traffic car?
Like, I know in the first episode of the show you were saying that he's a kind of a jerk, but honestly, that's kind of one of the things I like about him. Just like the fact that he just doesn't care.
That's
Just, like,
valid.
does what he wants. Well, then I think. Like, you need someone like that on the grid. So I like him. I like Charles Leclerc and Valtteri too. They're all cool.
Yeah. I would say my favorites probably Valtteri, Leclerc, Lando, and Sainz.
I like Lando too.
Yeah.
I watched a video about how Lando changed F1 for the better because of, like, being close with the fans through Twitch streams and things, and like inspiring the
Yeah.
other drivers on the grid to also do that. I'll link the video down below, in my video at least.
I won't because I'm too lazy.
Also, it wouldn't be a 6CS episode without new car news. So
Oh god.
BMW has announced two new cars, the M4 and the M3, which are basically just the M3 is the sedan and the M4 is the coupe version, basically. And I will be popping pictures of those up on screen now, but they have interesting grills. And I'm just gonna say it flat out, I hate them. They're terrible.
Which girls are
Like-
these?
They're the humongous ones.
Oh.
Like,
Which
there's
cars?
this,
Because I definitely was listening.
the BMW M3 and M4.
Then okay, yeah.
Like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, I think it's called a whale shark. It's
Oh
like
no.
this big whale thing that has this mouth that's just always open, and it's just this big, gigantic, gaping mouth, and that's honestly what it reminds me of. Like, I thought they were going a bit far when they took the 7 Series and the X7 and gave them those giant grills, but at least those were staying pretty true to the style. But these grills, they're just, I mean, it's an improvement from in the concept, which I'll also have up on screen, but it's just the grills are gigantic, and it's just they're I don't like them. Most people also don't like them. I mean,
And
like
then there's the new
I can
what?
see why there
Super.
are
Which one's the other one with the box grill?
the Z Proto that we talked about
The
last
Z
week.
Proto, yeah.
Like, what are car makers thinking with their grill choice?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so with Nissan,
We
I can
need
see
more
what they were doing.
intake.
I can see what they were doing with the Z Proto. They wanted to they wanted to tie it in with the design of the original Fairlady Z. But the thing with the Fairlady Z is it had that chrome bumper that separated the square grille in two, but you can't really have that on modern cars, so it just has this gigantic square.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. I hope they change it in the production version, which is coming out in, I think, 2021.
Yeah.
And whatever they may call it, probably the 400Z.
Yeah.
But yeah, the M3 and M4, the grills are just so over the top. I'm glad that they didn't bring that design language to the other cars. I mean, hopefully they won't bring it to the other cars that I care more about, like the 5 Series.
Yeah. I mean, you want to
yeah,
talk
it's
about
just a
our collective
stupid
hate
looking
for
car.
the fact that in the future every car is gonna be an SUV that's electric.
Yeah, it kind of makes me sick. Like, I've never really been a fan of SUVs. There's nothing I have against them. They're really practical, obviously, and I have nothing against anyone who owns one. But I've just always been a bigger fan of coupes and sedans. I grew up in them, basically, and I just think that the lower design is better. I'll always be a coupe and sedan guy. Like, in the future, don't get me wrong, the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis and the hypercars like the Bugattis and things, all of those are definitely gonna stay coupes. But
Bugatti Veyron SUV confirmed.
oh my god. But like, as time goes on, like, other companies that aren't obligated to do things like that for better performance, like BMW, Mercedes, and like, you've already seen Nissan, that's like, they've gotten rid of all their hatchbacks, and especially Ford. Ford has gotten rid of all of their low-to-the-ground cars except for the most core ones, the Fusion and the Mustang, or the Fusion, which is called the Mondeo for the Brits out there. Like, they're already moving all to SUVs and trucks, so like, you can already see that's a shift that's already happening, and I'm hoping that it doesn't come too soon. Like, I think it's definitely on the horizon, because as time goes on, people have worse and worse taste in cars. Like, even companies like Rolls-Royce and Bentley have both come out with SUVs. And especially the Rolls-Royce Cullinan is a terrible looking car, I'll say.
Yeah, I've never
awful
seen it,
looking
but
car.
honestly, just hearing the words Rolls-Royce SUV makes me think that I think
It's
that
not good.
obviously
It's not pretty.
SUVs are more practical
Yeah,
in most
definitely.
situations, but
Yeah,
people should still have coupes and sedans.
yeah.
They should
But the
still
thing is, like,
exist.
I'm sure that the people that lead those companies still like coupes and sedans, but the thing is, they're just not performing anywhere near as well as they have in the past, just because so many new SUVs are saturating the market.
Yeah, it's not good for the, like, it just doesn't make financial sense to put out a coupe.
Yeah, like, as time goes on, like, cars like the new 8 Series from BMW and the S-Class Coupe from Mercedes are just not doing as well, whereas people are going more for those big SUVs like the X7 and the GLS or G-Wagons.
Yeah. Imagine a G-Wagon. Imagine a G-Wagon coupe.
Oh, that would be very weird. I mean,
That'd be something.
like, would it still be high up? 'Cause I'm
Oh
pretty sure they have
God,
done that
no!
before.
Imagine that.
Oh my god, just like a little box just low to the ground. This lonely little box just.
But it's like cut in half. Oh.
That would be something.
Yeah, that'd be really something. Just the G-Wagon cut in half, so it's a 2-door, and then just really low down to the ground.
Actually, you know Doug Demiro, the car reviewer?
Sure.
He has this very interesting car. It's basically this 2-door G-Wagon, and it's a convertible top.
Ooh.
It's really weird.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm not sure how I like that.
It's a weird car. It's a really weird car. But honestly, the future for non-supercars looks pretty bleak. Bunch
Yeah.
of electric crossovers roaming the streets.
Yeah.
America and company. For people that don't care about cars, it seems great. You're protecting the environment and you have a more practical car. But for people like us who actually like cars, it's a shame.
At this point, I've gotten so bored, I'm literally just drifting the fucking pista.
Okay, guys, as we drive off into this field for God knows why.
Because I spun out and ended up here.
I think that we've burned through all of our topics for the day, so we'll see you next week for another episode of 6 Cylinders is Stupid, but I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.